Lady and the Frogs back again. So today is the 23rd of December and I have given in and gone sourcing. My husband's around, obviously he's been off work all this week. Why it's quite difficult to do YouTube videos because there's always such a lot of noise in the background. However, going sourcing today was useful because I had somebody to carry the clothes and stand in the shops, which was great. So yeah, and obviously a private chauffeur, which is always very nice, because he normally has the car for work, so I don't get to have the car. So today we went to Didsbury and I went there because I had a cheque that needed paying in and I didn't want to go to town because it's a bit of a faff in town anyway. I rarely go into Manchester city centre anymore. I think I used to live in the centre. I used to go there all the time, but we used to prefer to travel by tram, and we're just a little bit far away from the tram here to bother using it. Although I do, but I have to trek backwards and forwards all the time. So I went to look for where all these other HSBCs were and all the other branches that were in the areas where I go charity shop sourcing, and I know that there was at least 2 others. They've closed, and the only one that was left was Wilmslow. I don't want to go Wilmslow. They look at you really weird there. And Alderley Edge, I don't want to go over there. So Didsbury it was. It's much closer anyway. So went over there, and it was hilarious. And we were just laughing, overhearing people talking about how Christmas is something that they don't celebrate when they're standing there with like a Christmas jumper on and other things. And I don't know, I've never heard so many stupid conversations. I was so glad that I was wearing a mask because they couldn't see me laughing at them. And check this out. This is the queue for the cheese shop.
I bet that's it. I bet that's people trying to get around it.
Maybe.
I want to have a cheese and wine party. Prime Minister got away with when we were in lockdown. It's actually melts. Another melt.
Marks and Spencer's. Dickhead in the road. Queue for the butcher.
Oh, come on.
Now, most of the shops, they had several, like, avant-garde, local butchers for local people, which I can understand going to one of these like nice places. But Marks and Spencer's had a long queue, as you saw. These butchers had long queues, but the queue for that cheese shop, which we've been in before, and there's been never any interest any other time of year, and it's very overpriced. And if I remember, the cheese actually went off really quickly, so we wouldn't go there again because the cheese was it just turned very quickly. We were there for 2.5 hours and the queue never went down. It was always along those 2 shop fronts. Ridiculous. So anyway, just a little bit along from that where the queue ends is Bernardo's, and I rarely get anything from this Bernardo's, but today I have given in because there's 2 brands here which I've never found before. So this one I haven't looked up, but there probably wasn't much point in looking it up. I know that Kettlewell is a good seller because lots of people talk about it and they've got a weird following. So this is the first time I've ever found Kettlewell. I didn't look it up because it's 100% linen, so it'll be misleading anyway what the solds are for this. But I've bought that, and I know that I've paid up because it's this stupid shop. So I've paid £5 for that. So I just want to see what all the fuss is about. And then the second thing I got, and I did look this up at the time because this one was £8. £8. I never spent £8 on something. But this is cabbages and roses, which I've heard other people talk about. So I just thought, right, well, let's have a look. And I looked up in the shop and I looked for the solds, and the cashmere was all up at 100, was selling at 100. So I was like, whoa. So then I searched for this one, which is, it's not 100% lamb's wool, but it's major quality, you know, 80% lamb's wool. So I looked under lamb's wool and those ones were selling for around 50. I know it's like a short sleevey type thing, but then I just thought, right, well, it isn't really a risk, is it? Because in the worst case scenario, I'm going to get 30. I don't know whether I'll get the 50. I'm a bit reluctant with knitwear. I've got something that I got yesterday, which it just feels like such a shame to get it at this time of year. Just after the Christmas window, it's closed. I'm going to get these two breakable things out before I break them. So this is another thing which, now I was a bit reluctant with this because it's quite marked, but it was £2, and I know that some of these mugs are really decent, so I think I've got one already that's rather textured with this, Minnie Mouse, and that one hasn't sold, so maybe a silly mistake, but I paid £2 for that. It's Donald Duck, one of the Disney Store exclusives, so I picked that up. So I mean, that's probably it. I probably won't be buying anything from Mind again very soon because it's so expensive at Mind. They have a place, they have a Cat's Protection next door, and that's really rip off in there. They had an All Saints shirt for 20, and they had a coat, North Face coat, which had a mark on it, and they wanted 50 for that. I had no idea that Cat's Protection had gone so bonkers, because I went to uni in Derby and they had a Cat's Protection there. It was opposite the library. It was a very big one and it was always fantastic, absolutely fantastic, the stuff they used to have in there. So I can't believe they've like gone down this road of stupidity. So I have bought another thing. Now, the Hard Rock Cafe glass that I had that I really liked, the boxed ones were selling quite well, so mine wasn't boxed, and I listed it, and then I just thought, what am I doing? I like this glass, and now that's appeared in my cupboard, so I'm going to be having cocktails with that over Christmas. There's part of me just thought, oh, that's a ball ache to pack. So now I've bought another glass, which is a ball ache to pack. So I am going to check the solds for this. So it's, as in Forrest Gump, Bubba Gump. It is a hurricane glass. So I've paid £1 for that from the one shop in Didsbury, which is worth going in, which is Zoo Rider. You see, I think when it comes to donating, people go to this bit where they can sort of just rush over from the petrol station, or there's a little bit of parking, and it seems to be the first place that they get to. Most of the good donations seem to go there, and they price well because they have a lot of turnover of the goods. But there's also Cancer Research, which is next door, and I went round there and they had crazy prices. They had some nudie jeans which I would have bought, and they were £5, and I was like, and then I looked at them and they had a massive, and I mean massive stain like right there on the crotch, and it was white. So I mean, that must be jizz. So I didn't want to spend the £5 for the extra jizz, so I didn't do that. And then they had loads of others which looked like somebody like gone on like some kind of really serious ramble, or they'd been on a bicycle. They're Didsbury lot. They'd probably been on a bicycle because it was covered in mud. Diesel Larky jeans, they were at £10. Some others. There were some super dries that were £10 too. there was a super dry which sort of had some selvage on it, but I'm not sure if it was selvage. I don't think it was, to be honest. But they were all at like the £8 to £10 mark, so I left them there. And you see, the thing is if they don't sell that in a month, they have to send it to my local that I go to at least twice a week, which is where these others are. So I'll get them eventually. When I used to go to Didsbury on a regular basis, and I also used to go there on a regular basis, I used to see the same stuff that was there turning up there all the time. So, didn't get anything from the cancer research, although there were some bits there that I would have quite liked. There's a mint velvet jumper in there, which will end up coming to that shop as well, which I must remember. It's got a massive bleach stain on it, so I must remember to not snap all that away. So anyway, the rest of the bits which I got today, which I knew that I would have a really good haul in this one shop, is all from the Zoo Rider. So I have got this palm tree t-shirt. A lot of the stuff which I've been picking up is based on the fact that winter don't last forever. So this is Uniqlo. I like these Uniqlo special editions. I don't know who Stephen Shaw is, but I'm going to find out. What was this? £3. Probably slightly steep for some of these, but they're okay. They had absolutely tons of Bowden tops, Jules tops, and Fat Face. Most of them were size 8, so I left most of them because the market's saturated. So it was only if it had a really cool print that I was bringing it back. I got this Ted Baker for £3. That's fine. I do quite well with these Ted Baker tops, and I think this is size 4, so that's large, and it is large, you can tell, and it's fairly new condition, so that's good. That'll be an easy 20. And then I'm going to leave them because they're all skirts. Oh, yes. You know, just when knitwear season comes to an end, you find more knitwear. Yeah, this jumper I've got, this needs a debobble. Sea salt. £5.25. That's a bit steep for that, but I'll be fine with that. It's sea salt, isn't it? I don't know. I like decent brands in my shop. Some dimwit has cut it out and I haven't looked at that. What a twat. I'll easily be able to find that pattern and work out what the fabric content is with that. That'll be fine. And Sea Salt do have an eBay shop, so a lot of the time you can find their actual listing, if not on Google. So I've got another Sea Salt thing here. So this is more summery. These were £3.75, so that's more of a decent price. Yeah, Sea Salt. I don't know why the label's so weird. These are linen. Yeah, I remember checking that because I thought, well, let's just check their linen. Yeah, so that's great for summer. Here's one of the Bowden tops, which I did pick up. So it's got gold metallic fibres in it. And this is size 8. Yeah, they were all size 8. So I think that's probably the only one that I did pick up of the Bowden tops. I mean, literally, there was about 20. It was like somebody had just given up on Jules and Bowden, like they were just fed up with it, or maybe a reseller had just given up the ghost with it all. It could be that. This is one of the fat face tops that I got. This is a size 16, so I don't think it was the same donator. So I got that top with the budgerigars. I've had the budgerigar dress twice, and it sold for 20 quite quickly. Yeah, you can't see that. I paid £3.75. It's probably a bit much for me to get for that because I'm probably only going to get 15. So, don't listen to me. I'm a moron. This is another Uniqlo. This one I've paid £3. I'm not worried about this because this is something that I'm going to mispronounce. Hokusai blue. So, it's the artist which does lots of, well that's, God, come on, don't be a dimwit, Mount Fuji. And he also does the waves designs. So those ones for the Uniqlo, I swear, pick them up. You'll know it because you must know the Oriental Japanese design. That's what it looks like. But I'm probably only going to get 20 for that. The waves one I got 25. And what's going on here? What have we got? It's empty. Oh, I've got some jeans. Another pair of jeans. They did have other ones. I decided not to get them because they were just a little bit over. These were $4.50. Bowden jeans. Bowden jeans, 25 definitely. Sometimes 30, depending on what they are, because some of them are quite desirable. For some reason, the wide leg thing is like a big deal at the moment. So that is fine because I know I can get 25 for that. This is probably just because you know, a 90s girl. Just a plain black skirt. Yeah, you know, I was probably just hoping that it fits me. Oh, it would as well. Just nice. I like the shape of it, and I do like Morgan. And obviously, I do believe that that's a vintage label. Is it? Is it? I think it is. I think that is a vintage label, hence why I bought it back. $3.75, that's okay. Some of the Morgan stuff flies out the door at a really good price, and then others don't. I was really pleased to find this. So this was next to Armani. The Armani was priced at £8, and then this, which they obviously don't realise is worth more than the Armani Peruvian Connection. UK 14. That's really cool. They are shorts. So obviously, you know, I've got another, the Peruvian Connection jumper that I had, that's gone. And it was sleeveless jumper. So I was quite surprised when that one, I paid £1 for that one. And then I've got a maxi dress at the moment from that brand, and now I'll have this. So these things will be waiting until the summer before they find their buyer. And they wanted £3 for that. Which just goes to show. And then this I've paid £5 for. So these are shorts. These are shorts, they're Adidas. But they are Adidas Stella McCartney. And ding, they are new with tags. I don't suppose it does say how much they were originally, otherwise if they'd seen that they probably would have amended it from that. However, January brings on the fitness craze, so that I'm quite pleased with that for a £5. I expect to get 20 to 25. And then there's a pile of jigsaws here. Shall I move you guys? Yeah, you're going to be moved briefly. Oh. Excuse me, I've just taken some tinsel. Honestly, I don't know. So anyway, jigsaws. This one I got today. I'm going to do these over Christmas. I am going to do these over Christmas. The Lego is pretty much going to wait for, you know, like New Year. Because I just need to sit and do Lego. And I wanted something in my back burner for in case this lockdown does happen, because it just feels like they're busting a gut to lock us down. So with all these jigsaws that I've got here, so this one, I have heard other people raving about this. So it's obviously a brand from the Netherlands, Jan van Hasteren. So this is the Park, and the reason that I've picked it up is because it's 3,000 piece. So if you look on eBay completed for 3,000 piece and 2,000 piece and, you know, 5,000 piece, let's face it, the prices for the 2,000 and 3,000 pieces are quite high. Brand new for this Well, not necessarily this design, but brand new, you're talking 30 to 50. Some of them are even pre-used prices. I would expect to be able to get at least 25 for this, and I'm going to have the fun of doing the jigsaw. So I've spent £2.50 on this. It's got a bit of battering on the back, and I'm hoping that it's got all the pieces on it. So that's the artist apparently. But it's always like, you know, it's like this cartoon stuff. Yeah, just like all the Wasgage, they were just people looking shocked all the time. And then I picked up a load of jigsaws yesterday. So as stupid as I am, I've picked this one up. And then I couldn't, at the time when I was with my husband in the thing, I says, I'm sure I've got a football related one. And I was like, oh, well, you know, I'll have 2 football related ones. Turns out that I've already got this football related one. So now I've got 2 copies of this. So worst case scenario, if it's incomplete, I've got a whole other puzzle. So I should be able to find the piece that I need if it's incomplete. So I've spent £3 on that. It's got an Age UK label on it, as well as the cancer research. So yeah, daft design. I've now got 2 copies of that. And then we went next door, which is usually a dead loss. And to be honest, much of the jigsaws that I've picked up from them have been incomplete. So I really hope that I haven't made a stupid ass mistake by doing this. But anyway, I have got 3 jigsaws from the place next door to my usual haunt. So these have all cost me £3.45. So, you know, if you're really that interested in these, you'll be able to see these in my jigsaw videos, because I do like to do jigsaw videos. Yeah, all quite recent ones. Another one. So I'm hoping that this masking tape comes off. I did do a little test in the shop. They had quite a lot of Wasgages in there. And again, I was looking for the 2,000 piece jigsaws, but they didn't really have any. They were all these ones that have like got pictures of paintings. They're like vintage ones, which are okay, but I don't know if I want to like stare at them for the amount of times that it takes to do a 3,000 piece jigsaw. But there you go. Okay, so rest of the stuff that I've got, let's speed this up. This is all stuff which I picked up yesterday from the £2 to £3 shop. So this stuff has already been processed. So let's not mix it up with the stuff that I've just done. I have got £3 for this. This is a All Saints t-shirt, All Saints shirt, extra large. Extra large is always good, but it is a slim fit extra large. So that'll be 20 for that. And then same again. All Saints. Easy 20, because people who like All Saints probably don't like the price in the actual shop. So yeah, they're no-brainers. Then I got this. There was a fair few bits of Ted Baker, but I was a bit reluctant. I don't like to have too much because it doesn't shift all that well. This is medium is 3. So this is like an army shirt. So the style of this is good because it's army and it's also lyocell. So it's a little bit, yeah, it's a lightweight material and it's regarded as a sustainable material. So that's quite popular in that respect. 20 to £25, probably more like 20. Oh, and look, you know, I really find sea salt. And look, sea salt. It was a sea salt couple of days. Size 14 as well. Yeah, a stretchy top with leaves on it, which would have been great if it was autumn, but it isn't. But that'll sell in the springtime. And then I've got a jumper by Jules. Jules, I do not really pick up that much, so it's got to be something good about it. This has got some cashmere in it and it's stripy, so I wasn't so bothered about that, but it is unfortunately a UK 6, but I think I'll be okay with that. But it may be that it'll only sell for £20, maybe even 15. Another Ted Baker thing. So this has got the double Western style shirt, style pockets, and it's a polo and it's black. So I brought that one back because I thought it was okay. Size 3 medium again, long sleeve. Yeah, that'll be fine because seasons change and so do people. Yeah, so I came back with that one. Oh, this is fabulous. Yeah, so this is probably could do with a wash. I think it needs a debobble. But this is a 2XL, so it's Adidas. My Adidas hoodies do tend to fly out of the door, and I do expect this one to fly out of the door because it's 2XL. Yeah, so it's flecked blue, and just, you know, what else can you say about it? It's a track jacket. It's a good seller. This I picked up because it's unusual. Obviously Nike is, you know, very, what's the word, saturated on eBay, but this is quite cool, and obviously we're coming into the season where everybody wants to dress for doing the workouts and then just stand in the gym going, geez, what have I signed up for? So yeah, Nike medium, but it's got PVC detailing all over it. Slight flaw that I've got to sort out with that, but you know, the mesh as well. I've had a mesh top before. Admittedly, it was what's her name, Hadid. I keep wanting to say Deirdre Rashid, but it's not. It's Hadid. What's her name? Anyway, she was at the Met Gala. If you're interested in the Met Gala, you'll know who she is. I can't think what her name is. But I had a top of hers, a crop top of hers, and that's all for £35. But that had the mesh detailing on and the logo Nike, but because it was her, flew out the door. So this, God, wish I'd had this 2 weeks ago. Wish I'd had this 2 weeks ago. Really cool jumper. I don't know if you can see, but it's got glitter in it. It's got glitter in it. Oh my God, this would be perfect for somebody for Christmas, but obviously I'm too late for that. Mint velvet 16. I mean, if it's kicking around next year, that would be fine, but it will sell to somebody. Just a shame it's missed the Christmas window. My mint velvet jumpers are great. The last two that I had, I sold one for 40 and I sold one for 35. So, you know, I've got no issue with mint velvet jumpers because they're just really desirable. This is another mint velvet thing. So this is like just a little cami taupe with eyelid detail. Yeah, again, size 16. Fabulous. And it looks unused. What have we got here? We have got, I don't really know why I picked this up. I think I must have just lost my mind. But, you know, summer's come in. So this is Hackett. I don't know much about Hackett, so, you know, probably don't pick it up based on what I've said. But, you know, I thought it was £2. We'll see what happens with that. But it's a very titchy t-shirt, so it's probably a really stupid thing to come home with. This, so one, that's size 6, is it not? This, you know, it's a really nice structured dress. I think I've had one before and it didn't last very long. It was a popular range, this, but obviously not so much in the shorts, in the smaller sizes. Ted Baker, one of those ones with the full exposed zip at the back. It is the flowery stuff that they had that was in this thick fabric was really popular. £3 I paid for that, so hopefully, well, 20 to 25. I'll have a look. It's Ted Baker All Saints Reese. Always very easy to find out whether some weather girl or something's worn something, or, you know, if Holly Willoughby has worn it, because it's got the name of the dress or whatever it is on the label. So let's hope. And then the other two things that I've got, I know that one of this has got a ghastly stain on it and needs to be washed, but these were £2, I think. I don't think I got charged £5, but they look wide leg. They're women's. If they were men's, it would be better because the menswear is much better in this brand. So it's Aquascutum. British made Aquascutum, and then they went out of business early 2000s, I think. It does say professional. Well, it says made in Portugal, so don't listen to me. But they're a UK brand. They were a UK brand. It says that I should dry clean them, but you know, it's got a stain on it that if I take it to the dry cleaners, they'll just go, yeah, we dry cleaned it. Well, we folded it up and put it in the packaging. We didn't do anything with it. Couldn't get that stain out. So I may as well just like try and dab it out here. Yeah, so they're size 18. Checked trouser, wide leg. We're all going to go to the wide leg party. And then again, another pair of wide leg, dogtooth brand trousers by Aquascutum. I think these are the ones with the stain. Yeah, there it is. It's either blood or lipstick, but there's a stain there. I don't know. I see, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, do I ever have an accident that low down? No, I don't. Yeah, so I don't know. So that's going to have to be cleaned, and that's it. That's everything that I've sourced this week, I think. Is it? Yeah, it is. I think there was something else that I did. I had a jigsaw, that was from last week's source. I did source last week and I haven't done a video for that, and I do apologise, but it was because I was just trying to do so much work, trying to get so much listed. But there you go. Okay, what are we doing now? More food, please. Christmas is all about the food. So I am going to, I know it's Christmas Eve tomorrow, but I think I am going to try and photograph some of this. I'm probably going to take out the knitwear and try and photograph that. Just because it needs to go on, and because I've barely listed anything this week, although I intended to list things. We've been doing other things and it just hasn't happened. So I do need to get some things ironed and listed tomorrow. Even if I just prep them and I photograph them, at least I know that I've got some bits there, and then all I need to do is just like list a few things to schedule, and then that just leaves me free to do things. I do want to get the majority of it photographed and the bits that I got last week, so that I can actually start doing jigsaws. We're going to do jigsaws. So thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon with more of this, you're watching me. So, only you can tell me why you're here. Yes, I am one of those aliens with weird ears. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.